I'm back again. So I had to take a break and come back because my phone was overheating and it cut off on me. So as I was walking, I shared the last point that I had made was I was checked. Within myself I was checked. And, it could have been the Lord, of course, that checked me. Was that all the things that I'm doing, what is it for? Who is it for? And I am deeply afraid for those that are living a life just for someone else. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't misquote me here. What I'm trying to say here is, as a single person, are you just getting an education? Are you just working for the purpose of getting married? Are you doing that so you will, along the way, find someone, or I guess make yourself more marketable? That's what I mean. And we have to be very careful on everything that we do, on knowing our reasoning and our purpose of doing it. Now, with me personally, everyone has their own race. This is my race, and you're going to be seeing me hashtag that a lot here lately. This is my race. I would say for the past year, the Lord has really been teaching me about staying in my lane and running my own race. And so I'm just learning to stay in my lane. I actually did a couple videos on that back in March, so I highly encourage you to go back and look those videos if you have not already. But I'm learning to focus on me more than what I have done in the past years. I really am doing my best to become more self-aware. And also with that, even in this weekend I'm learning, okay, why did I get an education? Why am I working the job that I'm working? Why am I helping people? Why do I go to church? Why do I live where I live? Those questions are personal questions that I have to answer to myself and to the Lord to make sure that my motives are correct. Are you just going to church because you're trying to find the right woman or find the right man? You need to question yourself on that. Are you going there because God led you to there? Are you going to church because you need to, because you need that spiritual regeneration? You need to connect and fellowship with other people. You need to listen to a pastor or preacher in your life. You need to figure out your motive and purpose in everything that you do. Are you still staying at your job because you're just hoping that someone will come in and sweep you off your feet? Or are you waiting for that one colleague to finally ask you out? You got to make sure. Or are you getting education because you want to be able to tell people, well, I have this, I have that, so you should be with me? Those are not the right motives to have. So you just need to be reminded, and I say this because I feel like this is where some of the singleness depression comes in. I have a theory on singleness depression that I am slowly working on, and I'm developing this whole theory here. So the thing about it is, because if you're just getting an education, or you're just working, or you're just getting a car, or are you traveling, or going to church, or whatever you do, whatever hobbies that you do, whatever responsibilities that you do, and you're only doing that to be with someone romantically, and when that time does come, say if that time does come for you, that you eventually do be in a dating relationship, or you become married, my question is, what then? What then? Because you already spent all this time, money, energy in getting that one thing that you just desired to have in years or months, however long you quote unquote are waiting. Once you get that person, once you get married to that husband or to that wife, then what? then what? Are you still going to pursue something else? Are you going to still move towards something else? Are you going to be building on something else? Does your empire just stop? And unfortunately, I was thinking today, it makes me wonder because, of course we know that our suicide rates are ridiculous. It's really so saddening to the point that I honestly don't even want to pay attention to it. But I am forced to pay attention to it because I'm a counselor in training. I'm a resident in counseling, and I work with clients, with mental disabilities, physical disabilities, and I know people, family and friends that deal with mental health and things of that nature. And the sad thing about it is, you see these people that have, living what we call the dream, living the American dream. They have the houses, they have the income, they have the cars, they have the connections and the networks, but they still decide to take their life. They just still decide that I don't want to be here anymore. And I remember having a moment like that back probably about 10 or 11 years ago. It was just pressure, the pressure of life, and it's just like, I'm just tired of being here. And the thing about it is, I feel one of the factors, not the only factors, because there's many factors to this. One of the factors, I believe, is we lose a sense of purpose, of our meaning here. We lose a sense of purpose of why we are here. What should we be doing? If I have money or if I don't money, if I have money or if I don't have money, am I still worth being here? If I have a car or I don't have a car, am I still worth being here? If I have a house to live in or if I don't, am I still worth living here? And I think sometimes we gotta ask ourselves those questions, because even if you do have millions of dollars, you can still feel empty. Society has taught us that. We have experienced that in our society. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you can still be depressed. You can still have a mental diagnosis. You can still have a problem with self-love and self-care. You can still have a problem with purpose. Money doesn't bring you purpose. Your cars don't bring you purpose. And if I can even say, people don't necessarily bring you purpose if your motives are not right. If you're just having people around you to build your own agenda to get to where you want to get to, you're not using people the right way. You don't understand the concept of having people around you. And I think it first begins with us. Of course, we know as we're born into this world, we don't have a choice in a lot of stuff. We depend on our mothers and our fathers to take care of us, to love us, to show us what love is, to express that to us. And sometimes, it's not always the parents' fault, we know that. But sometimes people don't get that nurturing, and they don't get that understanding of why they're here as a child, and they grow up to adulthood, and they try to fill that void of love, of self-care, self-love through other people, through other situations, through materialistic things. And so I'm talking to the singles, but of course, this is a video for anyone that's willing to listen. But singles, I really want to challenge you all today to pay attention and be aware of what you do. Is it really for the kingdom of God? See, I talk a lot about God, of course, if you all don't know that, because that's that's dear to me. My God is my core. I wrap my whole life around God, and I do my best to pray to Him and have some time for Him to talk to me. So with me, I know that I am not a mistake. I'm not a coincidence that I'm on this earth. God has told me in His Word that He had placed a plan in my life when I wasn't even fully born. So, with that being said, I have that to lean on when I have times of discouragement, times that I feel that I'm all alone, times that I feel like I don't have the support that I think I should or that I want or desire. I just know that, okay, I have a purpose. And just so happened God decided to allow me to be 30 years old in 2018 and allow me to live in this beautiful complex, to allow me to be a part of such an amazing church, allowed for me to be born into the McLeod family, into the Allen family. God has a purpose in all of that. So I have to go to Him, and I also have to be self-aware with myself to know, okay, what I'm doing right now, is it in God's perfect will? Is it helping me? Is it helping other people in a positive way? Does my life bring me meaning and purpose? Because, you know, we see it all, and people have a way of masking it. Most likely, when I'm ever depressed, my worst time, I'll give you an example. My most depressing time in my life was from December 2017 till about March. No, not 2017. I'm sorry. It was December 2009 to March 2010. Those 3-4 months. Well, I had other times, of course, depression, but that was that's when I started acknowledging, Kim, this is depression. I remember, I barely ate those 3-4 months. I barely ate. I may have ate like once a day, maybe. I remember after I coming out, because I was in college at that time. I was in undergrad. It was my last year of college, of undergrad. And I remember I was working at the time. I was going to classes, but I was doing super well. I was doing super well in my classes. I was finishing early. I was finishing up a whole year early. I would work. I would put a smile on my face. I think some colleagues noticed there was something wrong with me. But I never shared it. I never went in detail about it. I did my job. I did well at it. After everything I was done, after classes and work, I would go to my room. I would be by myself. And I remember at times I would be sitting on the floor on my door and just crying. I mean, crying. Uncontrolled, like just crying. And I couldn't, like, it's just for hours. And it was a mess. It was a mess. And you know, it was mainly because at the time I was doing things and I was living in a way for someone, and that someone wasn't for me. And it didn't work out. And now it wasn't to the point that I still knew I had purpose in my life, and that's the thing. I was still trying to balance. Okay, if this did not work out, I know I still have purpose. I know I'm still supposed to help people, but how am I going to get all this stuff back together? How am I going to get my mind back in order? How do I get my life back with the alignment with the Lord? You know, so it took some time. And I'm thankful for really good friends, because I don't think I've ever really shared that with my people. And I'm just thankful to have friends that in that season of my life, that really loved me, that wanted to be around me, that was just a friend. And so those are some things too that will help you in the singleness depression. Get yourself around some really good friends that love you for you. You know, don't get around people that just want you because you live a certain lifestyle, you have a certain amount of money, or what you could give to them. Truly be aware of the type of people that you put yourself around. People that really love you and care for you. People that may sense there's something wrong, but they're not going to go over your boundaries, but they're going to be there for you. Yeah, so that may be a little TMI, but it may help somebody out here. So figure out, are you still worth being on this earth? If you had what you had, or if you didn't have what you have. Figure that out. Because don't wait until you become that CEO of that company and you realize that's not really what you wanted in life. What you really wanted was a mother to love, or a father to love you, or you mad because someone from middle school never talked to you, or you was bullied all through high school. You know, you need to figure out your divine purpose on this earth. And that's what's going to help you keep you sane and keep you in your lane for you could run your race. So I'm 16 minutes in. The beauty of being single. I did a little walk today in my complex. I took out some meat. I'm trying to make some pasta tonight. And I realized, you know, I'm hungry, but I really don't feel like cooking. I'm going to cook, but I don't have anything instant to cook or to eat. So I said, you know, Kim, you're living for yourself right now. It's Saturday. It's your rest day. Let's go to Chick-fil-A. So Miss Kim going to Chick-fil-A, pick up something quick to eat. Then I'm going to go over to Kroger, pick up some snacks because I have nothing immediate to eat. And then I'll probably cook a little later. And then I'll probably take a little nap. And I'll probably Uber tonight. So, man, you guys, you know, my ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your singleness. Enjoy that time that you can really do whatever you want to do. Enjoy it. Love yourself. Check me out on Instagram. I put out a really good post, which I'll probably talk about later on another video. But check me out on Instagram at Kim Marie. Check me out on Facebook at Kim Marie McLeod. Remember, this is my race. I'm staying in my lane. You all take care. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Enjoy your time in singleness. And I'm out.